First game.
Starting it off on Ethereal Gates. We're going to go ahead and hop into that game one for us.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's been kind of wild watching, especially with some of the patches recently, watching Sylvanos climb their way up the tier lists. Because there was a good while where, you know, they were easily considered one of the weaker characters in the game. And now, a lot of people don't know where to put him, but I mean, I think this character might be top 5, G-Pig.
I think this character is super sick. I really agree with what Penguin's analysis of the character is, which is that, like, over time, Sylvanos has lost a lot of, like, the more gimmicky stuff. So, like, Sylvanos mains have been thinking, we keep losing tools, therefore our character's, like, getting worse. But, like,
Right.
The non-gimmicky stuff, like the down tilt, the forward air, the up air, like, those sort of things, they're still incredible tools. Like, if you play a clean neutral game, this character's still really, really strong. So I'm kind of agreeing with you. I think Sylvanos is really, really good.
Wow, what a great avoidance there from the up strong, too. I thought Xaro had that completely scouted. But look at these, I mean, just headers on these dash attacks. Now that up air going to be killing off the top as well. Great start. That's going to be stock 1 for Zora.
And he's keeping it rolling as well. I love the back off, right? As soon as he realizes that the combo doesn't quite work, you think, well, Zara's going to land on grass, and I have huge range. I'll just back off a little bit, and I'll still be able to find something. We're looking to catch an earlier. Pretty good patience on Zora.
Yep, great spacing on that. Now, one of the common setups you see on stages with the lower platforms is going to be that howl into the down strong on the middle-sized platforms. I actually don't think that works on this stage, just because the way the Ethereal Gates platforms are a little bit too high. But that's something to keep an eye on to see if we're going to see a combo off of that. So keep in mind when we have full grass on the field.
Xaro trying to just keep things rolling. Again, we have Zora he has that, like, little double jump really high up, right? And it's usually timed for that what Xaro is trying to immediately cover the recovery with, just whiffs completely. But it looks like Xaro's getting better at, like, making sure he has something in his back pocket for that timing. And there actually, we have just Zora just up being immediately getting back on stage a little bit sooner.
I like the patience there, wait out the parry. Oh, I love that howl turnaround, too. Such great movement.
So important to let your forward air face the side of the inside of the stage. Oh!
You got to be careful. You got to be careful. You can't miss that. You got to watch out for that pin. There's going to be another stock off of that whiffed special there.
Using the little droplet to keep a lot of pressure on Zora, slowly forcing him into the corner while he doesn't have grass. That's one of the benefits of the stage and Ethereal Gates, is because it's so large, especially if you get your puddle on the opposite side of the stage that you're being comboed into, it's so hard for the opponent to cover both sides of recovery, right? Even Sylvanos needs to make sure at least, like, grass is active everywhere, which isn't, you know, a guarantee.
Love the bubbles there from Xaro. Really caused Zora hell for a while. Great DI in, avoiding that back air.
Pretty even percent. It is Sylvanos that I think packs kind of more power in general, so it's looking pretty good for Zora if he can keep this juggle rolling. Tries to keep the corner pressure. Ooh! Run up with
rare miss, and that's gonna kill off the side. You love the DI there, but it was just too much.
Wow, that was the fact that, like, Xaro, like, picked up right after his whiff on the parry punish and found himself just that next confirm right afterwards. That was so important, because, like, if he let it get in his head for even a microsecond, then Zora was just out of there, right? Like, you had to make sure he figured something out to keep the pressure up. Yeah. But Zora made it super close. Like, that was literally coin flip at the end.
Well, you look at previously in the stock where, you know, he got that big parry on Xaro and then went for the bury into the bite, and it wasn't enough to close out the stock. But I really don't think there was anything there from center stage that would have been able to take Xaro out there. So, I mean, really, a couple of percent here, a couple percent there more, and that would have been game 1. But, you know, we are going to go into Frozen Fortress for game 2. This is still best of 3 territory. So we'll see if Zora can force a game 3 versus Xaro.
I actually kind of like that flower placement to start with. Makes it very, very awkward to kill, so that all the grass is just going to get to stick around pretty well.
And that's why they use this big stages to their advantage there. Once you get that in place, it is there for so long. And now that howl down strong in the middle of the stage is basically on deck for what is effectively the length of this stock.
Good patience, yeah. Recognizes, and oh wow, the second forward air not connecting. Where was Xaro? Like, How was he not?
There was just an extra part of the blast zone added for that.
Like that, being able to space while you're in the bubble like that is insane. Ooh, good catch at the bubble, getting that recovery attempt to the platform.
Look at that. I mean, Zora from up high was able to use the space of his uppie to go all the way across the stage.
Zora taking his time.
That's a miss, big miss on that down air. Still gonna make it back.
Zora's like Xaro keeps kind of sneaking by these edge guard attempts too. A lot of it is just by being super aggressive. Like he just drops right into Zora's face with like a landing down air or something, and it looks like Zora's just not ready for that aggression against like Sylvanos, who has like such huge disjoints. You'd assume the opponent would respect you a little bit more.
That downfall of that big body model is that Bubbles was such an easy conversion for Xaro.
And I think that I have a feeling that's part of the idea of going to Frozen Fortress is you have a
What?
Like that's what I'm talking about. Like Sylvanos just get doubled just right above the ground over and over again, and that's the fun zone for Xaro. Like he gets to go on and on there.
That's the equivalent of like you're showing off a new home, and so you go from one side of the home to the other. It's like, this is the foyer, this is the dining room. As I continue to down tilt you, I'll be able to show you the patio next.
If you like some pastries and a coffee, like here you go, and then going on to pick up your commission. 71% on Xaro's second stock, a fresh stock for Zora. Zora's got it.
Okay. Oh, but is able to get the jab out, and that's going to start basically a combo here for Xaro. Doesn't opt for the continued down tilts, just wants the added damage there. Uses the F strong.
I think the F strong there was meant to be like a falling forward air by Zora. Oh man, Zora's only still alive at 90. Wow, I'm amazed he got that parry. That was nice. I was not ready to parry that.
Arcane is so heavy.
He's a quadruped. Like all of them are just annoying to kill in this game. Look how patient Xaro is! Like, he's actually just running back and forth in Zora's range and just waiting for him to whiff. He just has that confidence in his speed and his reactions that you'll be able to scoop in and get that whiff punish right afterwards. That was, like, literally the last, like, 4 or 5 exchanges was Xaro not pressing any attack in neutral, just running back and forth in Zora's threat range and just waiting for something. And, like, Zora gave in at a certain point, right, and, like, tried to, like, throw out, like, a really strong, like, you know, big, meaty swing. Didn't quite work out and dies for it. It's a situation, like, Rivals really does feel like a game of chicken in